I've been home on bail like 10 months. I got shot when I first came home. Then I got shot in my face. Came out the front, so it split my tongue, my lip, my upper lip. It split all that in half. They're like, gunshot victim, and I fell out. Value life. If something happened to you, you're not affecting just you. You're affecting everyone that love you.
Episode 21, Mr. White.
Episode 21. Yeah, and we got another special guest.
We do. Big Turk, everybody. Why don't we start off, Turk? Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from.
My name's Turk. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm from Blumberg Projects. Born and raised.
Notorious Blumberg Projects. What was it like growing up there? What was it like growing up as a youth there?
Every era had different positive and negative parts in Blumberg Project. Like my era was good. Like I can't complain. Like I don't complain about my era. I don't complain about my mistakes or nothing. So I don't never complain about my era. My era was real good though. Like it was great. It was like did I struggle? I could say yeah, but my mom made it so I didn't have to. But I still do what I want to do.
Nice. Did you have any positive role models in the area?
Did I have any positive role models in the area? Positive like what?
to try to help you go on the right path. People looking out. It doesn't even have to be positive. I guess people that would just be looking out for you. Someone older that you could confide in, that you looked up to.
Hell no, my mom.
Hey, mom's always a good role model.
My mom was like, no, I had my ups and downs with my mom, but my mom was the best. But she taught me like what I really, really need to understand and know as a man. Like she made it clear. Like my mom was like, she made me really understand, like, yo, she taught me how to cook, clean, wash clothes. She told me all that stuff young. So she told me, like, if a woman ever leaves you, you wouldn't be handicapped. So now that I understand what she was talking about, because a lot of men depend on women to cook their food, clean for them, wash their clothes, and do stuff like that.
Right.
So that's why I give a lot of credit to my mom. She made me who I really am today. I take the good with the bad with my mom.
Nice.
Yeah. Same with me and Mark. That's how we grew up too.
Yeah.
Our moms. That was it. No father figure. No positive role models. Just our moms that we had to rely on. They're the best.
That's good. No, for sure. We gotta. Like I tell a lot of people. Let me ask y'all a question. When people always ask me a question like, "Would I change anything about my life?" Would y'all change anything about your life? Everything y'all been through?
No, because that's what made me who I am right now.
Yeah, that's what's
Perfect
up.
answer.
I think so.
Perfect answer. Yo,
That wouldn't
perfect
be me.
answer. Yeah, perfect answer. And I tell everybody that, because they always tell me that. Like I tell everybody, like, yo, I wouldn't understand life the way I understand life now if I didn't go through everything I went through.
Exactly. And what about, if you don't mind me asking, where was your father in the picture growing up?
He was doing him. He was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
He was a Rolling Stone. Did I see him? Sometimes. I see him. Sometimes I seen him. Sometimes, boom, he'll pop in. But, I had kids when I was young. So after that, I thought I had kids. I thought I was grown.
Yeah.
So, like, it couldn't not much you could tell me after that. Then allegedly, I was running around the projects already doing me. So it was like, allegedly. Let's clear this up. The story is allegedly.
Yeah.
What's
that average day growing up there, though? Like, as a kid, were you just out the door, just outside?
No, it wasn't like that. Some days I could go outside, some days I can't. I gotta sneak out the back door. I gotta sneak out the back window. My mom ain't play that. She's like, she catches like me and my brother. She put us outside. When we got caught at, that's when we got our ass whooped at. Ain't no running around the project. They like, yo, your mom looking for y'all. Your daddy looking for y'all. We run around the project trying to, she catch you. And it's like the project with a tight knit family. So if my mom looking for me and one of the neighbors know, they gonna grab us and like, come on, you going with me? Oh, what you? Yeah, your mom wants you. Ain't no fighting back. Ain't no disrespecting fighting back. Go ahead, because you're gonna get beat up all the way home, and then your mom gonna beat you up. That's how Blumberg was. That Blumberg was like a real knitted, tighter family. Like we could go over anybody's house in a project that we knew, and if we didn't have, they have. If they didn't have, we had. Like it was always like that. A lot of people didn't understand it.
Oh, everybody was looking out for each other then?
Yes, everybody. A lot of people didn't understand it, and so they always want like, why Blumberg like this? Why Blumberg like this? Because growing up in there, you don't see what we really going through. Y'all just see, all right, the project, the people think, oh, they bummy kids and all that. No, it ain't like that. And it ain't like that. It's different. So that's why we always been family and tight to this day.
Yeah.
Oh, you still keep in contact with everybody still even?
No, for sure. For sure, we still friends. We it's friends. Now, it ain't no sometimes friends, we friends. Like it's like a different love. Like it's like we brothers. Like a lot of them, like we brothers.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. What's some of your favorite memories as a youth in Blumberg?
Alleged
House
memories.
Alleged
House
memories.
House parties.
House
Oh,
parties.
yeah?
House parties.
Yeah.
House parties. Well, I could say when we used to jump, allegedly, when we used to jump people, like, cause we like crap. The Blumberg was like, Blumberg was notorious for jumping people. Like we know how to fight though, but we feel as though while we fighting, there's a lot of us and we all family together. So like we used to like terrorize other hoods. Like, we used to fight other hoods. Like we used to go fight J, like 17 with Jefferson. We used to fight them. We used to fight 29th Street. We used to fight Diamond Street. We used to fight 23rd and Burt's. Like we used to fight different hoods. So that was cool, but it's like growing up that era, yeah, you can fight, want no guns. Like you better know how to fight, because if they catch you, you better know how to run, or you better know how to fight. Them two things you better not do. Back in the day.
Better have your
You better know how to
cardio.
fight, or you better have to run, because they're gonna chase you now. You're getting jumped. So when you get back to your hood, you're like, damn, what happened? They jumped. Now we all gotta get together. We gotta go up here and fight, because we gotta fight because we gotta jump. So it's like, you better know how to run.
Yeah, that's what I was telling to Mark in one of our past episodes. It was like that. We lived in these 2-story and 3-story apartments, like these walk-ups, and we called them complexes. They look like a horseshoe with just row houses and 2-story and 3-story buildings in there. And our neighborhood would always be fighting with all the neighborhoods around us. And if one of us got hit or anything, then everybody in the neighborhood, even if you didn't get along with that motherfucker the weekend before, we would still all go over to the next neighborhood and shit would go down.
No, for sure. That's how it's supposed to be. Like, cause it's like it was separate. Our project was separated, but we were separated like with them. But when we go out, we was together. But because like you said, it was like a horseshoe that was houses. Like we had a horseshoe around the houses, and then we had the high rise. We had 3 high rise buildings. So like we the people in the row homes, we were tight. Like we was tight. People in the building, they was tight too, but we was like, they weren't like the row homes.
Oh yeah.
But when we went out, that's like only on the inside. But when we went out, we're gonna jump somebody fast. We'll talk about that later when we
growing up in Blumberg, was everybody in that project affiliated with the same set, or was there multiple sets beefing?
Oh no, we always like growing up in the project, we always one set. Like when you rep Project Blumberg back in the day, it was JTO, Jungle taking over back in the day. And then it was at the Blumberg, that's what JTO, then with Blumberg, BBC, and then Blumberg County, and then they called it Blumberg, and they called it Blumberg after that. Like different generations, like for different situations.
Oh yeah.
So we always was tight. It was always one clique. I think as we got older and people start like, how can I say it? People start finding their stuff and start getting money. All their true colors started to come out. Because we younger, we're not really worrying about certain things. Like we're not really worrying about hustling.
Yeah.
We try to jump somebody, because I back then our mom still was taking care of.
Yeah.
So our mom, we weren't really worrying about hustling. But it's like when you get your first thrill of hustling, that's different, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I swear, bro. I never forget. I remember my mom found out I was hustling. My first time I was hustling. Allegedly. Now let's clear this up. It was allegedly. So
Absolutely.
old head boy, he was from the building. He was like, man, I see you running around back there, y'all fighting, you got good hearts. He said, yo, man, take this cat. This allegedly, this when Cat was out. This one, like Cat for the yellow tops or black tops, whatever top you want to put on it. He was like, yo, take this cat. He said, bring me 500 back. He said, bring me 400 back with the 500 back. He said, bring me 400 back. So I'm like, all right, because the project was like popping. Like, that should have gone in no time. So I'm like, all right, boom. So I'm doing hustling. Somebody had to tell my mom. I swear to God, she didn't know. Somebody had to tell my mom. So I'm running that show. Boom. So I finished. I go in the house. Boom. So I'm ready to call him like, yo, because wasn't no cell phones back then and shit. So I'm ready to call him like, yo, I'm finished. I go in the house. My mom said, she said, you was out the house, huh? I'm like, no. She said, don't lie to me. Can't lie because now my mom put hands and feet on you, so you can't. She put hands and feet on you. So I'm like, yeah, why? What happened? She was like, man, you out there hustling. And I never forget this, like she told me. She said, listen, you picked that pack up, so now you're in a different league. She said, always stand what you do. And she said, don't give him nothing back off the pack. I'm like, what? She said, always stand what you do and don't give him nothing back off the pack. So then I'm like, so now I'm with my mom. I ain't giving nigga nothing.
Yeah.
I'm still young, so me, the new mics come out. I'm gonna give me the new mic. I'm still young. I'm born. So now the down dude gave me the pay. He looking for me. So I'm like, cause I know for sure he put hands and feet on people because I seen him put hands and feet on people. So I'm like, I'm ducking. I'm like, oh. So he caught me. I was in a circle. He pulled up. He like, damn, that's 1/3. So my mom, like, it was in like the horseshoe, the little circle joint. So me and my man was like, come here, let me holler at you. But my mom, she come out the door. She walked right up to his car. Said, that right there, that's my son. You shouldn't have given me nothing without talking to me. And he's not giving you nothing back. And don't never put your hands on my son or we're gonna be a problem. So I'm like, I look like, oh, all right, then. All right, then. And it was like, and after then, it was like, allegedly, it was off to the races.
Yeah.
It was like off to the races. Like, it was like, there was no turning back because once you start seeing that little bit of money, I mean, a little bit back then was a little bit of money. Once you start seeing it and you going to school, you dressing nice, it's like, I ain't trying to hit nothing.
Got a lifestyle to maintain.
The project was like, I swear, like, all the tough people, like they said it was tough in Philadelphia, a lot of them didn't come to Blumberg Projects. All that tough stuff y'all talk outside, you ain't come to them. You didn't know nobody, and you better know somebody that was stamped in the project, or you getting jumped, robbed, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
You was getting jumped. I'm gonna say that much.
So growing up in Blumberg, did you have to become affiliated with everybody, or was it already basically like signed in blood because you're from the projects, you're already growing up there, you are affiliated just for being there?
That's a good question. Like, I never was asked before.
Yeah.
No, for real, like that's like I've been in a few interviews. That's a good question. On some real stuff, you just had to make your mark and know how to fight, and people had to respect you for you to really be somebody in Blumberg. You had to really make your mark. Like you better know how to fight. You better have some heart. You better not be scared of nobody or nothing. So it's like it wasn't like, oh, I'm affiliated with this person, that person. No, it wasn't like that. It was like, oh no, don't mess with Turk, or don't mess with one of my friends, like my man Wee Wee, or somebody like they not fight, or they better you gonna jump us.
Yeah.
You gonna jump us, ain't no. Because one thing my mom like you better know how to fight. So everybody didn't know how to fight, but just throw some punches until we get there.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of boxing or anything growing up?
I was, but me going to boxing class, no. I just learned these little bit moves and try to like do them in a fight or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like me going to training boxing, all that, no. Let me learn a little bit of moves on TV and boxing and stuff. I'm gonna try it in a fight. If I work hard, if it don't, I ain't gonna try no more.
Yeah, yeah. to to
Yeah,
to switch it up a bit, when they basically they tore down the projects.
yeah.
What was the reasoning behind having to tear down those projects?
See, when they tore on the project, I was in the feds. I was like, when they tore in the project, I was in the feds. But when they tore, it was really allegedly. It was really the feds was mad. I'm gonna say the feds was mad, like because I'm gonna say the feds was mad because ain't nobody never tell. Like
Mm,
we had indictment in 2010. That's when I got my bail revoked when I went to jail. I was out on bail allegedly for something, but I got my bail revoked 2010. They had one indictment, but the first indictment they had for my project, they just came, kicked everybody's doors, and said they'd be back. They didn't lock nobody up, so they came, kicked everybody's doors, and let everybody go. Said we'd be back. They were trying to get people tough. But over the course of time, indictment is like a 5-year indictment. If nobody don't, it's like people don't understand what indictment. You need one person to make a complaint on you on the indictment, federal indictment. You need the second person for them to come get you, to corroborate the first person's story, and then they come get you. So somebody made a complaint on us, allegedly, and then they couldn't really do nothing because they really didn't have enough. Like when they came to let everybody go, they would be back. But they were just gripping people up, trying to get them to tell, gripping me. It was even gripping people moms and pops up and like trying to get them to tell. And they were like, them kids ain't doing nothing but living their life and all like. And it was really, it was crazy seeing it, but it was respected because it was like they gripped up like 20 of us and nobody said nothing. Nobody told her nothing. So
nice.
this was from 2010. I went to jail 2010. So that investigation lasted for like 3 to 4 years, and then they wound up having a new investigation. The new investigation, I wound up being locked up. So, but they still was investigating the project because you know that indictment they only allowed to have an indictment I think for like 5 years, 3 to 5 years. If they don't have nothing, they got to stop it and start a new indictment or stop the indictment altogether.
Oh, okay.
People don't know that. Like people
Yeah.
don't know. That's why they like probably indictment's only 6 months. Indictment could have been only 6 months because that's all the much time they had to get enough evidence they had.
Mm. What was the effect on the community when they demoed those buildings down? Like, did they have people set up in other houses already?
Yes, they was a lot of people they moved them to different locations. Me personally, I really think the feds had more influence in getting the project knocked down because they was mad about they couldn't control what's going on in Blumberg. Couldn't control it. They was mad. And when I got my bail revoked and I had to go to jail, the federal agent when they came and talk to me. So he like out his own mouth, he was like, listen, he was like, I respect your project. He said your project, he said Blumberg is one of the few projects that we done rated and nobody never told. He said, I respect it, but he said we got a job to do and we're gonna bring that project down by any means necessary. I'll never forget he told me that. So I'm
Wow.
like, basically,
Wow.
I'm gonna try to do anything to bring the project down.
Damn.
People was crying. People who lived there for years, even people who wasn't living there for years, that grew up in Project Blumberg, they was crying. People was crying. I know to this day, a few of my friends and their moms and stuff, they still got bricks from the project. Like they took bricks and stuff when they
Yeah,
took
yeah.
souvenirs from the project.
That memento.
Yeah, they took it. They're like, no, we taking it. This is our birthright. This is us.
So what is it
Yeah.
now? What is
It's
Blumberg now?
It's a redevelopment home. They put like new homes there. They just put houses there now.
So it was two, what was it, 18-story buildings?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. Now it's just
yes.
a bunch of row homes.
There's a bunch of row homes on east side, a bunch of row homes and stuff like that. They move different people in there now though, but this is my opinion about Philadelphia. I don't think no project was ever like Blumberg. It was different projects. I'm not knocking Richard Island. I'm not knocking Diamond Street. I'm not knocking South Philly projects, Wilson, Task. I'm not knocking none of these projects because I never really hung in none of these projects.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about my project and like if when you talk about Blumberg, you're gonna know, yo, that was a mean project. That was a project that was, and we as we got older, we went on no net stuff. We was just chilling. we were just chilling.
Yeah.
I've been holding back, man. I gotta ask. You were shot 3 times. So allegedly, or is that for real?
Allegedly, I came home. I fighting a homicide. So I came home from my homicide. Allegedly, I was fighting a homicide. So I beat my homicide. I came home on bail. This is the first time I got shot. I come home on bail, think I'm H.E, big man on campus. I just did a homicide, first degree. Niggas talking crazy. They thought I was going to jail for the rest of my life. But I'm home. And that's another thing. Like, I love my boys. Like, I love them to death. Like, they make sure I won it for nothing. That's all I can say. And like, I came home. So the day Michael Jackson died, I got shot. The day Michael Jackson died, I never forget it. This is allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
This is allegedly. So it was like everybody outside the project, everybody going on. Boom. It was a fight that broke out. So I'm like, the fight broke out, boom. So I'm like, all right, boom. So when the fight broke out, I'm like, all right, gunshots went off. Like, I got shot for the back. So I never got into death. I got shot from the back. So I never turned around to see who really shot me. So I'm like, damn. I got shot in one leg. Now, mind you, this is the summertime. Michael Jackson died like June the 26th or the 25th. He died in summertime.
Yeah.
So when I got shot in my leg, so I'm hopping. I'm like, oh shit, I got shot in one of my legs. I'm hopping, so I'm trying to get behind the car now because I'm hopping. I'm like, oh shit, this shit real. So and me hopping around the car, I got shot in my other leg. Boom. I said, oh, these niggas playing around. They giving out leg shots. but I never turned around to see who shot me because I was trying to hide behind the car. So I fell. Boom. I got up. I took like one step. I took like 1, 2. I took 1, 2, and I fell. Boom. Now, when I mean that tar on that street is hot, that shit is hot.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, that shit is hot. Like, that tar on that street is fucking hot. Like, I don't care what nobody talk about. I respect them people who do tar work. That shit hot. I'm trying to crawl. So I still never turned around and see who shot me because I'm trying to crawl behind the car. So I'm like, oh, these niggas must don't know no better shooting me. I'm still talking crazy and shit. So I'm like, I'm crawling. I'm still trying to crawl, but this ground is the tar so hot, it burned up my L. I'm crawling like I'm in the army, but my legs really not. They moving, but they not responding like they really supposed to respond. I'm like, damn. So I hear, so my mom was still alive at this time too. She was living in the circle. So I hear somebody was it was like 3 people. They was on a porch. Like, the project got porches that you could look out and see. So I hear somebody freaking like, they shot Turkey. They shot Turkey. Y'all better get over here. They shot Turkey. So it was so funny. So I'm laying there, I just hear everybody yelling at the joint. So I hear my mom. I'm thinking I'm in Boys in the Hood. I hear my mom like, Turkey. I'm thinking like, what is Ricky like Boys in the Hood? Now this is be real. Like, I'm not telling you no lie. My mom, she like Turkey. So then I hear everybody calling my name, but I'm still trying to get behind a car on this hot ass car.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit, this shit real. So then when I turned around, allegedly, I ain't see, some other gunshots went off. Boom, boom, boom. So after that, friends come over, they pick me up, they carry me. They carry me to the car. They carry me to a car, boom. So we carry me to the car. We gotta get to the hospital because now I'm not really feeling my legs now. I'm not feeling my legs at all because I'm like, what the? But they don't hurt. But I'm not feeling my legs. Don't hurt. I'm looking. I'm like, it's not bleeding, but I was bleeding inside of my jeans. So when we jump in the car, we jump in the car. We run the project. And the process of us coming out the projects and jumping on the streets, highway patrol coming. So my cousin, he doing a beam all the way to the hospital. So I'm like, don't stop. So you hear the cop like, pull over. I told my cousin, you better not pull this goddamn car over. You tripping. You better keep going. So my cousin, the cop trying to block us off, he jump on the curb. Boom, boom, watch it. I said, you better not stop this car. I don't care until we get there. So he jump on the curb. You still hear probably patrol. pulling over before we shoot the tires out. So, but the hospital was like 5 minutes away, 6 minutes away. He got there real fast. So we get to the hospital. They jump out. They all jump out the car. Everybody got the car. So the door's open. So I can't walk. So I'm in the back seat of the car with my arms out, like laying on the back to my arm. They're like, "You in the back seat? Get out!" So my cousin was like, "He can't walk. He can't walk." So everybody in the car, "He can't walk. He's got a both legs." They was like, "I don't care. He make out that car so we shoot him." So I said, "How you tripping?" So I'm like, so they come over. Lucky an ambulance was at the hospital was at. There was an ambulance there. So the highway church run up on the car. They searching me and all that. Listen. So they were like, "Get up the car, you can't move." So it was like doctors outside of the hospital. They run over. They was like, "Oh," they was like, "Oh no." So they was like, "Oh no, he gotta get to the hospital because like I'm bleeding, but it's all in my jeans." Like but I'm telling the police, I can't feel my leg. Like, bro, like I'm not bitching because it didn't break a bone, but it's like it's burning. It's burning. So they telling the doctor, like, "Well, he can't leave." So the doctor was like, "Listen, there's an ambulance right there because they didn't take trauma patients. So we got all the way to the hospital. The hospital didn't take trauma patients. So we got to they was like, "He got to leave here." So they was like, "Well, he got to," the doctor said, listen, I don't care what you talking about. Can y'all take him to Hanneman before he could get out of here? Because we don't need him down here for their stupidity. So they were like, "If y'all want to do anything, y'all got to follow that ambulance." So they took me to Hanneman. Didn't know Michael Jackson died at all at that. So they shoot me in the Hanneman, boom. So now they shoot me in the Hanneman. So we all in the back. I mean, I'm in the back. They looking at me and everything, boom. So people crying in the back. The doctors all them crying and stuff. So the police came in there and this ain't 2:30. They like they kept asking me questions. So they were like, "Listen, everybody, we don't really know who you are, but I know for sure that you have a whole waiting room of people out there, like a whole project out there waiting to see. We're not letting nobody see you tell us what happened." I said, "Man, I don't know what happened." So they was asking me questions. I'm like, "I don't know what happened." So they're like, "You gotta let my mama know." See, so I'm not really trying to hear what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
So it was this lady crying. So she was like, I'm like, "Miss, you ain't gotta cry, man. They told me I'm gonna be all right." She said, "Boy, I ain't crying for you. Michael Jackson died." I said, "I'm famous too. Michael Jackson the only one famous." I said, "You better go to that waiting room." So she started, the lady, I never forget this lady, she started cracking up. So I said, "Miss, I'm famous too. Go to the waiting room." So she go to the waiting room, like she really go to the waiting room though. She go to the waiting room and come back. She's like, "Oh my God, boy, she says a whole village out there." I said, "I know, I told you I was famous." She started cracking up.
Oh
The whole
damn.
village out there. I told you I'm famous, miss. So she's like, "Boy, you crazy. Michael Jackson died." I said, "Well, y'all should be crying for me. I got shot." So I was in the hospital for. So my mom, I never like my mom. They let my mom back. They let my mom in the back, come in the back and see me. My mom and at the time was my girl at the time. They let both of them come in the back. No, actually no, it wasn't. It was my mom and my aunt. They came in the back. So I don't even know how my aunt got there because she don't even live down in North Philly. She got to the hospital fast. So I'm laying in the back, so they came and see me. And like my mom, like, I don't know, I can't speak for nobody else. My mom was a G. Like, she come right in the back, she looked, she said, listen. I never forget it. She said, "Listen, you know who shot you? All right, when you got out of this hospital, you know better." I'm like, "All right." She said, "You all right?" She said, "Doctor said you all right." She said, "I'm gonna see you when you out of this hospital." I'm like, "All right." She said, "All right." She said, "I'm gonna go tell all your friends and all them, Jason, all them, that you all right, you cool, but you'll come see you tomorrow. But you know we got the hospital." I'm like, "All right." So boom, like, "All right, fuck it, all right." So I already knew what type of page my mind was on and shit. I'm like, "All right." So mind you, I really never knew who shot me because they shot me from the back. So the next day, my friends them came, bang, bang, we talking. So you know, like, all right, boom. We talking and stuff like that, everything, doing the third. So I'm like, all right, boom, you know. We was talking about it. I'm like, okay, boom. I'm like, all right. God, when I get out. So they didn't let me at the hospital until I could walk again. So now when I'm at the hospital now, I'm getting phone calls like, "Bro, my bad. Well, they ain't know no better." I want to talk about now. What we talking about?
Yeah.
I'm shocked. What we ain't gonna talk about?
How long did
All
it
the
take for
damage
you
is
to
done.
walk?
I was in the hospital for 3 days. They just wanted me like to move my legs and step up the steps. Once I had no insurance back then. So once I did that, I was out of there. They get your ass out of here. We ain't holler at you later, nigga. So once I could like step, cause I couldn't move at all. So once they showed me like I could step and move, they kicked me out. So now I'm like, boom. So I'm like, all right, it's on. Fuck it. We. So my mom called me. I had to go down the project because I didn't live on no flight to go down the project. So, but then I'm with armed security and all those other stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? It's weird being a notable person. It's like a gift and a curse because it's a gift because a lot of people respect you. It's a curse because you deal with a lot of problems with it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
It's like weird. Like it's everybody's problem is your problem. Now, when I got shot in my face,
that's wild.
I really ain't see. I really ain't see. I got shot in my face. It hit me in my face. It went in, and it's crazy because I seen the bullet come out the front. Like it went in, and it came out the front. So it split my tongue, my lip, my upper lip. It split all that in half. It felt like a sucker punch. So I'm talking, and the bullet went off. I'm like, ah! So I look around. I look in front of me. I know it came in the back though. I look in the back of me, so I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, oh, okay, dang. I go to my man. I'm like, yo, I gotta go to the hospital. So we go to the hospital and shit. So now, mind you, I've been there's no less than a year. Like I've been home on house arrest probably like 10 months. I mean, I've been home on bail like 10 months. I got shot when I first came home. Then I got shot in my face. So I'm telling my man, before we even like get to the hospital, we arguing about who car we gonna take. I'm like, yo, no, my John shot in my face. I wasn't bleeding at first, but after I'm like talking to him, it started shooting out the front and the side. So I had like this gray polo hoodie on. I had to take it off and like put it on my face. It was like red by the time I got to the hospital. So we arguing, like I'm like, bro, we taking your car. He was like, no, we taking your car. I ain't want no blood on my car. So I'm like, bro, we taking your car. He was like, bro, we just want to take your car. This and two third. Bro, you tripper. So we arguing. I was like, all right, we're gonna take my car. So mind you, then I know to go to Hanneman now because St. Joseph didn't take trauma patients. So we got like the 15th Street. I had to jump out the car because now like the shit coming off the hoodie, it's coming down, it's leaking bad.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. So I'm running. I never forget it. I'm running. I jump out. It was this man. He had a briefcase, a white man. He had a briefcase. It was a lady. I jump out the car. I'm bleeding bad. Like this shooting out, then the shoot. I got the hoodie holding the side of my face in the front. So I'm bleeding bad. Like this, like it's coming. When I ran past them, they jumped on the wall. They said, "Oh, what's going on?" They jumped on the wall. They said, I said, so I'm looking at them like the lady too. They like, oh my god. So I run in emergency, I run in the side, emergency handle. So when I get there, they like gunshot victim, and I fell out. I fell out. When I woke up, all my stuff was sewed up, and I cut my beard off, and all my stuff was sewed. I had a big hole in my face. They sewed it up. My tongue, they sewed my tongue back together. They sewed my lip and stuff back together and stuff like that.
Wow.
Oh, damn. After you woke up, what was your outlook on life after that? That must be pretty profound to be shot, because that could have almost hit your brain if it's coming through the side of your face like that and out the front. What was your mindset?
That's what the doctor said. Honestly, my mindset was to get back. Like I need my shot back. And I never told nobody the story. My first reaction was to get back. I need my shot back. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I need my shot back.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell y'all, it's like, and it's crazy the situation happened to me. Like now, remember I told you I was going to court fighting. I beat my homicide, but I still had the gun case. I was going to court fighting it. So I supposed to went to court. So my lawyer told the judge, like, Yana, my client, because I ain't been to court in like a year because he was signing for my subpoenas because I got shot in my leg. So he kept signing for him. So when I had to go back to court, he said, Yana, my client got shot in his face. He can't come outside. His face is kebab and all that. The judge told my lawyer, no, you get him in court today. She's thinking, like, why do he keep getting shot?
Oh yeah.
Like, he been home less than a year, almost a year, and he got shot twice and almost killed him. So she want to know what's going on. So my lawyer called me. I know Senaguida. Anybody know about Joe Senaguida? Like, he was one of the best lawyers in Philadelphia. So he called me like, yo, you got to come to court. Judge want to see you. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I ain't gonna see what the judge talking about. Mind you, my stuff, it was healed up, but it wasn't healed up. It wasn't all the way healed up. So when I get to court, she was like, Mr. Jones, how you doing? I couldn't really talk, so I'm like, She was like, listen, Mr. Jones. She said, you've been home almost 11 months. She said, when you first came home, you got shot at both your legs. So you ain't been to court. She said, when you put to come to court, you got shot in your face. She said, I don't know what's going on. And she said, you keep surviving. I never forget it. And I feel as though the judge really saved my life. That's how I look at my life. I can't speak for nobody else. She said, you're going to jail today. So I look at my lawyer. I said, what's she talking about? Going to jail today. I said, what are you talking about? So Senaguida like, yeah. She said, Mr. Senaguida. She said, I don't know what's going on, Mr. Jones. He beat a homicide. He came home on a gun case for the homicide, but now he's keep getting shot. He's surviving. So she's like, all right, listen. She said, listen, Mr. Jones. She said, you go to jail today, or you can come back on Friday and go to jail. This was on Tuesday. She said, you're going to jail. She said, but she said, if I let you go out of this courtroom today and you run, she said it's gonna be worse on you. She said, you can pick your poison, but you're going to jail. She said, I see something better for your future. And I see something that you might not see right now, and you might thank me later on in life. So I look at my lawyer, I'm like, at the time I wasn't trying to hear the shit. Miss, I'm trying to go back to the project, popping, I'm trying to see what's going on down there. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll be back Friday. I go back. I had to set all my fears in order and everything. So I had to go back. But in the process of her doing that, I did so much when I was locked up. Like I had to really sit, because the feds came and got me. So I had to really sit down and understand life. Like really, I knew what life was, but I got the understanding of the life and what I want out of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Cause me sitting down, I wrote 7 movies. I wrote 7 books. I wrote 2 movie scripts, and I came home and I like when I was in the feds, I used to always tell my friends in the feds I was gonna make my own T.H.E, my entertainment, my talk heavy entertainment. I came home and did everything that I really wanted to do. I just been procrastinating about putting my books out, and I really need to put them out. Like I've been, I would say scared, but I just been dragging my feet about putting them out.
Yeah.
But now I think it's time for me to really put them out, because it's like a message. It's not the book's not to glorify nothing. My books are not to glorify nothing. It's just like a lot of people don't understand life until it's too late. She sent me away, and I had to do some time. I understood life. Like I understood what did I really want to do with my life, and it wasn't sitting in nobody's jail cell for the rest of my life telling some old war stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to be an old man doing that.
She probably saved your life then, to give you that time to think about everything, realize the path you went down and where you could go or where you could end up.
And I think she did. I believe she did. Because in the process of me being there, the feds had another indictment. And one of another indictment, like a lot of my young boys, they got indicted. Like now, the first indictment was like over, but they want to start another indictment. So when they want to start another indictment, like a lot of them, like 2 of them doing 30. Like my young boy Black Juan, they doing 30, and my other young boy, they had to plead out. They had to plead out in the process of all that. Ain't nobody never telling them. They just had to sit down for a while.
Yeah. Have that time out, rethink about things.
Yeah, and that time out in the feds, I think that the feds the one changed my attitude about life. The feds is different.
Yeah.
Like they want you by any means necessary. They trying to sit you down. They're trying to sit you down by any means necessary. They don't want you to breathe. They don't want you to do nothing. It's like by any means necessary, they're trying to sit you down. And I just told myself that I didn't want to sit down for the rest of my life and telling no old war stories. That's right. If I want to tell them, I want to tell them on the streets.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now look
Yeah.
at you. You got merch, Talk Heavy
I got
Entertainment.
merch,
Are you having
definitely
fun
got
with
that.
all of this stuff?
I'm loving it. I got an artist. I got my artist. Her name B Marie. She got an album named Pillow Talk. We just put out. It's on all platforms. I mean, like this album is nice. She R&B singer. Like it's nice. Like it give you a vibe. It's like people gotta listen to it. Like it give them the vibe they looking for. It give it to them. Like it give them all types of vibe. Like her music is like different, and I love it. And I ain't really been dealing with too many rappers because it's like the drill music. I listen to it, but I can't relate to it.
Yeah. Drill is getting so many kids killed right now, man.
And they don't understand it. Like a lot of kids don't understand what it means to like sit in a jail cell for the rest of your life. They don't hit. A lot of these kids never don't. They used to the parents taking care of them. So when you sitting in jail, it don't hit a lot of them young kids until they like 40. You done been in jail 20 years because you went to jail when you was 18.
Yeah.
So it don't hit you. They still young. They in jail playing around. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I be getting phone calls. Some of these young boys that be out here running around, they go to jail, they be faggots. They be running around, they get in there, they be faggots. So some of them be comfortable.
Yeah. Yep.
Some of them be comfortable and stuff. So it's like, I don't know what they think it is. I don't know if they think it's GTA or what. I don't know what they think it is.
Yeah, that's what it's like, that they're living a real life GTA.
There ain't no but it ain't no reset button. It ain't no start over. It ain't no extra credit. It ain't none of that.
And the books that you're writing, are they directed towards like the youth to try and prevent them from getting into situations like prison?
One of my books are I got books like they like y'all asked me the question how my generation was growing up in Blumberg. So allegedly, my books is allegedly.
Yeah.
It give you different. I got 3 parts of that. It give you different generations about the project.
Oh shit!
Okay.
It give you different. It give you the growing up part back in the day when the hair bones and box Cherokees was out back in the day. It give you like me seeing everything I was allegedly seeing everything that was going on. Understanding. The second part is about me and my friends, and then the third part. It's really supposed to be a 4 part, but it's like different parts and different generations about what's going on.
Yeah, man, you got to put a deadline on yourself and get that stuff out.
I know. I was crazy though. I've been looking for a good editor.
Yeah. Oh, that's key. You gotta have.
I've been looking for a good editor because I wrote the books, but I wrote them when I was there. But I need a good editor, a good type of editor, and like that's what I'm looking for. Like I'm looking for a good editor, and we're gonna be on the same page about the books, and we're gonna go from there.
Yeah, man, you got to get the right tone in that book and everything. So you got to have the right people around you.
That's what I've been really focused on. Like my Talk Heavy Entertainment, I love it. I love everybody that's on the label. I love everybody to support me. It's hard sometimes when you like doing everything from the muscle and you doing everything by yourself. But it feels good sometimes because like I don't owe nobody no favors.
Yeah. When did you start Talk Heavy Entertainment?
When I was in the Fed, a friend of mine, it's 2 of them. One of them named Scooter, rest in peace, Scooter. He got killed when he came home. My other guy, my man Sheik, he's from West Philly. He just gave back his life sentence. So we were sitting at the child table talking. So they were like, "You always talking heavy. That's all you do is talk heavy." I said, "Man, I'd never forget it." They like, "You talk heavy so much." I said, "Man, you talking because you live it, man, and I can walk it. These shoes fit fine." So my young boy Scoop was like, "Bro, yo, just say talk heavy, dog. That's all you gotta say, talk heavy entertainment." I'm like, you know what? That's what it's gonna be. Cause I already knew I was gonna come back and deal with music when I come home. I didn't know what I was gonna deal with rap or what. I didn't know one of my cousins sing real good. Yeah. So when I come, I said, yo, talk heavy entertainment, that's what it is. So I wrote it down, come home, get the LLC for it, and I said, all right, we in. So boom, we in. So I was like, all right, this what it's gonna be. And then I heard my cousin, her name B Marie. Y'all follow on the gram, her name B Marie. Official B Marie on the gram. So she she was singing she was sitting on the step. And that's how I know I really love music. We was all outside, she was sitting on the step. So I'm like, so she just was singing. I'm like, I looked on the side of my eyes. I'm like, so I ain't say nothing. So I'm like, oh, she like, you hearing something? You like, that can't be her.
Yeah.
I look again. I'm like, I said, well, I'm gonna see what she had high note and see what it say. She was singing, she was harmonizing. She started hit the high note. I said, I'm gonna pitch on the studio, cuz. So at the time, she thought I was playing. She was like, no, I can put myself in the studio. I said, it's not about you putting yourself in the studio. I said, me sitting here right now, listening to you sing a cappella, yo, it's like that shit. It was different, man. And I'm gonna see how some of her music. Like you listen to her music, it puts you in that zone.
Oh yeah, dude. I was already listening to it. She's beautiful too.
Thank you. She puts you in that zone, and it's like I love it. I get it's good reviews and stuff like that. We about to drop like 2 or 3 more videos for our first project, and then we're gonna move on to the second one though.
Oh, that's what's up. Nice.
You know.
Before we close up here, what's your message for anybody growing up from the projects or running on these streets right now thinking that's the life? What's your message to the youth right now?
I'm messaging to the youth right now. Value life. Like, I mean, value life. Like, understand, like, if something happened to you, you're not affecting just you. You're affecting everyone that love you. When you get killed, you're affecting everyone that love you and your family. If you got kids, you're affecting your family. If you gotta go to jail, you're affecting everybody that loves you, like your mom and pop. You're affecting everybody. Like, people don't think about it. Understand what y'all doing before y'all do it, because don't do something and go to jail and thinking your man ain't riding because he ain't sending you no money. And they're like, he ain't had no money. We all just on the streets. What makes you think you're gonna have some money now?
Yeah.
You've been locked up 2 weeks. Where you get some money from? Y'all just was out here trying to rob somebody. And the youth need to understand, like, once you make these decisions, like my mom told, like, once you make these decisions, they your decisions. Everybody just get affected by your decisions. I always tell people, nobody forced me to do nothing I did in my life. Nobody forced me to go sell no drugs. Nobody forced me to pick up no gun. Nobody forced me to do none of that. Like, nobody forced me to do none of that. Every action have a reaction. So think about your family when y'all do it. A lot of them don't think about nothing. Then y'all sit in jail, you want your mom to pay your bill. You want your homie to get some money and pay your bill. Then you want the grandma to pay your bill. What it is. Sit down, you ain't gotta worry about it.
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Turk, we don't want to take up no more of your time, man, but we want to thank you so much for joining us tonight, bro. It's been a fucking awesome experience hanging out with you.
No,
You got stories,
y'all, man. Anytime. No, I got a whole lot of stories, though. I appreciate y'all.
man. Get those books stories. Get those books out.
I definitely got y'all. I definitely got y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna send y'all pictures for y'all to use, and I'm gonna send y'all some music too.
Awesome. Yeah.
Man.
We'll link it all up in the description for the viewers. And yeah, we'll put your socials up for them, everything. So in order to find you.
I appreciate that. I'm about to do that right now for y'all.
Awesome, bro.
Man. I appreciate y'all. If y'all try to get somebody else from Philly and I know them, I'll reach out to them for y'all to get them.
Shit, we want you to come back. Tell us some fucking more, man.
Yeah.
So many more questions now.
We just don't want to take up your whole fucking night.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm saying we could finish tomorrow. Y'all can chop it up and do what y'all want to do. Y'all can hit me tomorrow and just let me know.
All right.
Sure, we'll do a part 2, man. We'll do it.
That's good money.
Right on, bro.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Turk.
No problem.
Take care, bro. Later. Have a good night. For any listeners right now, a friend of mine, Bodine, she's suffering from cancer. She basically has limited time right now, and she's going to be leaving behind 2 children. She has a GoFundMe set up. I want anybody that's taking the time to listen to this to go check out her GoFundMe. And if you can help, then please help with anything. If not, offer your prayers. You know, she's in a very rough spot right now, and we're all praying for her. Thanks.